Okay, so I have Nicole here who is super, super nice to do a video with me. She's just been coaching for nearly 16 weeks, I think it's like 2 days away. And she's just going to start by saying a sentence or two about herself for people watching.
Yeah, I'm Nicole Wallace. I work in the manufacturing industry as an operations manager. Um, I I live in the United States, currently in the state of Iowa. I think that's about it.
Perfect. And then just describe to me, so you've obviously done 16 weeks with me. Describe to me what you were doing before you'd even contacted us. What were you struggling with? What was kind of your...
Before I was just going through a roller coaster of events where I get super motivated and then get frustrated with not getting results. I would go to the gym. I would eat what I assumed was healthy. Um, but I wasn't seeing results. And after doing it for a few weeks, I would just get frustrated and give up and go through another cycle. Mainly, it was I love to work out, so it wasn't an issue of really just working out. It was just basically not seeing the results. That's where I'd get frustrated.
And how long was that going on for? How long were you in that cycle? How long were you stuck for?
Several years, couple years. I mean, when I was younger, it was just easier to go to the gym. Not even, just monitor what you eat, but not be as conscious of what you ate and still see results. So then when you get to that slowing down process where you really have to monitor what you eat, it was a little more difficult because then my career changed and the time it was limited. So
Okay. And then say then when you obviously contacted us, what was your motivation for it? What impact was that having, that cycle that you were in for however many years?
well, I had really just told myself that after my daughter graduated from college, then it was time to focus on me. Um, a couple months after she graduated, I took a job in a new state. Um, and after kind of getting acquainted with the new job and the environment, I just decided now it was time for me to focus on myself, physically and mentally.
And say like the cycle that you're in, like what was the impact of that? Like why did you actually really want to change? It was the right time for you, but why did you not want to stay in that cycle?
Because I had no energy. I was not motivated really. I felt like crap all the time. I had no confidence in myself. Really, I didn't want to go anywhere, stay in the house, and I just I was ready to start living life.
Okay, cool. And then obviously you had the call with us or with Ashley. What's changed for you since you've actually come on board? You've done 16 weeks. What's actually changed for you in that time frame?
Um, the way I view myself is a lot different. I just have more confidence in myself. My time management skills are a lot better. I focus on getting stuff done. I've started learning how to delegate a little instead of control everything, and able to complete tasks. I still struggle with that sometimes, but not as much as I did. And just planning out my day or my week and putting in buffers so if I don't get something done, I can adjust it, and not beat myself up about it. Also, just being more conscious of what I eat and put in my body, and being better able to gauge like how many calories this is, or should I be eating that, or if I do treat myself, how do I compensate for it throughout the rest of the week, or plan for things coming up.
And how has that changed? Like, because you can mention as well, like just your results, your physique results as well. How has that changed for you, body confidence wise? Like the clothes you wear, are you going out more now since you've done?
I do go out more, um, not a ton more, but more than I was. um, Clothes wise, I used to fret every time I even just went to the store about what I was wearing and how it looked. Now I just kind of throw something on and I'm cool with it. I haven't bought anything, but everything fits differently.
Class. And like just out of curiosity, like, with that, with what you've achieved in those 16 weeks, like how does that actually feel for you? Like how does it feel to have achieved all that? Finally got your ass in gear with things and took the leap.
It's kind of, you know, you can do it, but you just don't have the motivation to do it. I think working with you gave me that motivation. It gave me a different viewpoint of how to look at things. Like, okay, so you didn't get this done, but what did you do? Or so you didn't lose the weight, but you controlled as much as you could that week. So now, how are you going to correct it this week? That kind of stuff. So.
And because it's like, just because this is like, I'm asking this question because I want to see what you think, but like, because this is something you've, like, I don't know what you've done before really, but when you came on board, there's obviously a different approach. It's online. How did you find the whole process, like with the calls and things like that with me?
I was nervous about it at first, but I think it was really good because it made me accountable, and not just accountable, but it gave me somebody to bounce stuff off of. I had that reasoning voice. I had someone that had the knowledge and has probably been through the same thing that I've been through. And so just to feel that connection to somebody is a lot different than, I mean, I've had like personal trainers in the past, and all they worried about was working out and what you ate. That was it. They didn't worry about anything outside of that as far as what was going on with your life. What do you have coming up next week? How can I help you? Or, okay, so you're not losing weight, so what do we need to change? It was, what aren't you doing? So,
Different approach.
yeah.
And we got on pretty well. And then stay with like someone who was in your shoes, someone that was kind of like finally feel like they're ready to do it. 'Cause I think that's what happened to you. You like,
Mm-hmm.
daughter went off, graduated, finally now to look at yourself and then invest in yourself and just actually start taking care of yourself more. What would you say to someone who was in your shoes, same Nicole, 4 months ago?
Um, I would say if you're kind of on the fence about it, you just, it's kind of a thing that you have to look at, that nobody's going to invest in you but yourself. I mean, no matter how bad you want it, nobody else can do this but you. Um, Financially, it might be a little stressing, but in the end, you're probably going to put that money someplace else eventually. So why not put that money where it's going to do the most work?
Absolutely brilliant. And I have one more last question for you.
Yeah.
How has life actually been different? How is life different for you with the things you've learned, like mindset wise, the change in your physique, then the education you have around your nutrition now at the moment, the stress as well, and how to manage that?
Um, I think I just take things, I'm not as critical of myself and of things anymore. And I just try and look at the positive more than the negative, which is a good thing. Um, Reading The Slight Edge, I'm about done with that. I got a few more pages. I think that has really helped me. That's a really good book. Just, it's kind of stuff you know, but it's kind of stuff you don't know. I mean, it's things you've heard, but to see it in that context is just mind blowing, kind of. Because you know it takes consistency, and it's so true when it says that you ride along the curve and then you just go up or you go down just unexpectedly. I mean, sometimes you work hard and you don't see results for a long time, but then there's a certain period of time where either if you're doing something or you don't doing something, it's going to tell you eventually whether you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. So that's just kind of different. Um, I just feel better about myself. I don't know how to put that in words. I mean, I think people can see it in me as opposed to always shying away from stuff. I've I vowed within the last couple of years just to like face things that scare me. Public speaking is one of them. So I've been working on that. And that's really hard for me.
Class.
But just feeling better about myself gives me puts me in a better advantage to go up there and not think about me and think about what I'm supposed to be talking about and not how I look to others.
How many public speaking have you done?
Um, a few. I like usually shy away from stuff, but a couple weeks ago, I agreed to lead a GM Kaizen team for our plant. So we had like 30-something people from other plants across the country come in and help our plant work on 5 different projects. And even though I had never been in a Kaizen event before, I chose to lead one, which went very well, which that was me going and reporting out. And then I had to report out to our shift all the things that we had accomplished during that week for our line. And then I've been to several trainings. I volunteered to go to another plant that I'd never been to before and help out due to them being low on management staff. And that involved traveling and me being somewhere I'd never been before with people I've never met before, which before would have been like, it wouldn't have happened.
Absolutely crazy. So work, busy, mindset, training as well. I can some of your videos as well. So thank you so much for doing the video. Absolutely savage work.
No problem.